What's up, dudes? Thanks as always for tuning in to PDubs Arcade Loft, where we always appreciate it when you hang out upstairs with us. And guess what, guys? We got a great update video here for you today. AtGames has done some last-minute changes before pre-orders go live on the AtGames Legends Pinball Machine. They've listened to fans, and they've made some pretty awesome improvements, and I'm going to show those to you right after this. Okay guys, we're back. Now on the screen right here I have for you, this is what the AtGames Legends Pinball Machine looked like when it was first announced. This pinball machine came out, and of course, just like anything in the world, there's always going to be mixed reviews. Some people thought it was more than acceptable, some people thought it was gorgeous, some people thought that they didn't like the appearance, or some people just found one or two things that they wish they could have changed. AtGames is always listening to their fans, and they've made some awesome improvements to this product. Let's take a look here and see what they've done. Okay folks, here is one of several photos, and I have some videos to show you as well of the AtGames Legends Pinball Machine, some of the changes. And they're really good changes. So for instance, taking a look at the legs of the pinball machine, you now have these grayish pinball legs with double bolts into the body of the cabinet. The cabinet itself does appear to be shaped slightly differently. It's definitely a more wide body, not as slim cabinet as it was before. And of course, these lighter gray pinball legs really do kind of match. We now have a darker gray, the bezel border here along the edge of the pinball machine. Not only that, we now have red and white buttons on the pinball machine. We have a red plunger, and the plunger mechanism has been changed a bit, and that's also been moved slightly more to the upper right corner of the pinball machine. On top of that, we have our red and white buttons on the center. This entire box right here is definitely a wider box, and of course, taking a look at the coin door, we now have a faux coin door on the front of this pinball machine. That's super cool. As you kind of move back here, you can see now that that gray lock bar right here goes all the way down, and if we zoom in here, you guys will notice we now have a nice little lock bar with rounded edges going over the front of the pinball machine. That's right, take a look at that. That's really cool in regards to comfort. Also, they've changed the artwork on the apron. The apron itself is also smaller. The apron is smaller, and the artwork has been changed, and I think we have another good picture here to show you that. But if you take a look, this definitely is a huge difference in what it used to look like. I mean, look at the size of that body. That is definitely a fatter body cabinet. And also, you'll notice right here, the back box does hang over the edge of the cabinet. Let's keep looking at some more pictures for you. This is a great shot of the front. You can see the lock bar right here. That is awesome. And again, guys, this is a faux coin door, but that looks pretty cool, especially with the artwork right here. Loving it, loving it. God, this thing looks so much better. Taking a look at the back box. Now, this says your Legends Pinball. This all appears to be the same, but everything up here is darker colors. So, of course, you have your USB ports, your HDMI ports, all that kind of stuff, volume control, etc. Taking a look at the back of the cabinet, you do have what appear to be two keyholes in order to access the insides of the cabinet, to access the guts. So when it comes to modding potential and things like that, as well as assembly or anything like that, troubleshooting, whatever it may be, it'll be pretty easy to access the guts of this cabinet. Super awesome. And of course, there is your power ports and all that, and that looks to be another port on the back as well, but I can't tell what it is. I can't tell what that port exactly is. When you compare sizes of the Legends Pinball Machine versus 3/4 scale comparisons, this gives you an idea. This is the Toy Shock Pinball Machine. That gives you a good idea. I mean, both of these pinball machines were developed in partnership with Farsight Studios. You can see a good side-by-side comparison of both products that Farsight Studios has put together. And as you can tell, the AtGames Legends Pinball Machine is definitely of a larger size compared to the Toy Shock, as well as other 3/4 scale pinball machines about to hit the market. Toy Shock's got a 24-inch screen. The AtGames Pinball Machine has a 32-inch screen. Very, very cool. This gives you a great idea as to the differences, again, in the size when you're kind of standing up and looking down at these pinball machines, what they're going to look like. You can kind of see the differences. I really like how this monitor is recessed and all that deeper into the cabinet and all that stuff. And of course, as we mentioned, the back box is no longer lined up with the cabinet. It now hangs over. It looks to be hanging over by about an inch, maybe by about an inch. The back box is oversized from the cabinet. Lots of great changes. To sum up a lot of the changes we've seen, obviously we've seen the plunger location has been changed. We've seen the sharp edges have been removed with the rounded lock bars and things of that nature. We've also seen that the D-pad has been moved further to the left on the apron. The apron size has also been adjusted. The apron is much smaller. The cabinet itself has a much thicker body than it did previously. And of course we have 2 screws per leg, as well as a faux coin door. The 2 screws per leg here, as well as the faux coin door. Those are some great changes. Also guys, another thing that we're hearing is that the electronics inside of the back box, in the second display, the electronics have been changed to allow for compatibility with VPX in the future. So whatever they have going on inside of here when it comes to running VPX games and things like that, there's a good chance that we're going to be able to, down the road, to have this compatible with those games. Okay guys, as we kind of take away and kind of take a look here, this is some good live action footage showing you what this thing looks like more in person versus a photo. And I gotta say, these improvements, although I personally didn't think they were necessary, I was happy with the way the cabinet looked before. It goes to show you that there's always opportunity for improvement. It goes to show you that AtGames has been listening to their fans, and these changes are welcome changes. This looks really, really good. Now, some of you might say, hey, I would love to know, PDubs, what that 15.6-inch back glass LCD display is going to look like when you have the games up and running. Right here, I got a quick video for you for Class of 1812. And what I really like is on the back glass displays, they are using the actual back glass from the original pinball machines. Whenever you're playing the included games, everything's been animated, including the alphanumeric, original alphanumeric scoreboards for keeping score and stuff like that. Let's check this out. That looks really, really cool. Now let's take a look at what Pistol Poker looks like. The animated back glass on the LCD when you're playing Pistol Poker. Speaking of Pistol Poker, I have some live gameplay footage for you, captured with a quick cell phone for the Pistol Poker game that we just showed you the back glass for. This goes to show you what this is going to kind of look like on the AtGames Legends Pinball Machine. Obviously, I'll be able to capture better footage once I actually have a pinball machine in my hands, and hopefully I can capture the screen and all that. But let's take a look here.
Howdy, partner. Get out of town by sundown.
What I really like about this footage right here, and I'm going to play it again, is that whoever took this footage, just like me, when I tried taking some pinball footage, they were obviously holding the phone in one hand and couldn't access the flippers in the other, which I always find pretty funny. But taking a look at the playfield and all that kind of stuff, honestly, I think this looks really good. 1080p, this is running at 60 frames per second. Definitely gives you a good idea as to how the playfields are going to look depth-wise, as well as how the games are going to kind of run. Obviously, we're going to need to see more extended gameplay footage for all the games, but personally, I'm thinking that's looking pretty darn good. But there you go, guys. That is your new AtGames Legends Pinball Machine. Hopefully, pre-orders are going to be going live very, very soon. I haven't been given a pre-order date yet. They keep telling me everything is running on schedule, so I'm assuming the pre-orders are going to be going live very, very soon. Definitely wanted to show off all these changes to you guys. Let me know your honest opinions and feedback below. Are you guys happy with the changes AtGames has made? Personally, I'm very happy. Like, I thought it looked good before, but shit, I'll take this. This looks really good in my opinion. They listened to fan feedback and made a bunch of aesthetic changes, and they were able to get those in before this thing went off for FCC testing and all that kind of stuff. Awesome stuff, guys. Thanks as always for tuning in to PDubs Arcade Loft. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. Leave your comments and feedback below, and as always, thank you for subscribing. Have a great day.